Gavin, why can't I get below 10% body fat, man? What the freak? What's the problem? This is a common question that comes in, and I want to address it in a video right now. You kind of see where I'm at right now. Where it's, what is it, July 9th, middle of summer, staying fairly lean, pretty lean, and shredded, and not really doing it pretty effortlessly now. Sure where I'm at body fat wise, but maybe like 9%. Probably about 9% is a good estimate. Maybe you could leave a comment below what you think. I have no idea. But ultimately, why can't I get below 10%? This question keeps coming in, and I want to address it in a few different parts and show you the exact questions that the gentleman's having, okay? So stay tuned. We'll shoot a little vlog, break all this down. So dude in the Kinobody form says he's 130 pounds, 16 to 17% body fat. He can't get below 10%. He's doing everything he can. He's eating in a deficit at 1,450 calories on training days and off training days. And he's got a 1,950 calorie maintenance. So that's a 500 calorie deficit each day consistently. And he says, Gavin, why the freak can't I get lean and shredded? What's wrong, man? He's got a set point of 16 to 17%. All right, so, man, I empathize with you, brother, because that was me, man. That was actually almost, I was 165, actually 167, about 16%, 17% body fat. And dude, I was trying my best, man. I was actually eating as low as 1,200 calories a day. I was starving myself, and I hated it. I hated it. I looked in the mirror, and I was not shredded, and I was not happy. I was like, because I was putting so much effort into it, I absolutely was miserable. I could not get lean and shredded because I was starving. I was starving myself. So I'll talk about some of the things that I did to overcome that, all right? So the body has a set point, and your set point is probably the same as mine, which is about 16% body fat. So that means the body, it's already set to be that level. You're going to vary, up and down a little bit, but not much. So no matter what you do, unless it's a dramatic change, you're going to stay at that. All right, so that's where I was at, because I was doing everything I could. I was starving myself. I was doing the no carbs. I was doing the no sugar. I was very strict on the diet. Then I would just not lose any fat. I would still say 16% body fat, and I hated it. So, I had to completely reprogram my body. All right, I had to teach my body how to burn fat, body fat, as opposed to calories, and that was difficult. Because there was pain involved, and I'm just going to tell you up front, if you're not willing to sacrifice a little bit of pain, a little bit of uncomfort, you're never going to get to, being under 10%. There is going to be a little pain. So people say, oh, I have this. I don't care. Shut the freak up. Be a freaking man, dude. God, shut up. I don't care, dude. Be a man. Sack up. There's going to be pain. There's going to be hard times. That's just how it is. So listen, what I did was I said, forget it. I don't care what I got to do. And I actually came across Grego Gallagher's Kinobody channel, and because I wanted to look like a Greek god. First of all, I made up my mind what I wanted. I had to have a purpose. I said, I want to freaking look like a Greek god. I want to look like Brad Pitt as Achilles in Troy. I want to be shredded. I want to be lean and ripped like freaking aesthetics like ZYZZ. This is what I wanted. I said, freaking, I'm going to do it. And that's a period. I don't care. I don't know how, but I don't freaking care. I'm going to do it. And I would tell myself this every day. A little mantra I would tell myself, I'm going to be more fit than Tony Horton, more ripped than Brad Pitt was in Troy as Achilles. I'm going to be freaking get the aesthetics of ZYZZ. I would tell myself these things every day, like constantly. Every day I would be on my mind. Like, I want to do it, and that's it, period. So your mentality right now is, I can't do it. All right, so you've given up, and so if you already said I can't do it, you're right. You're right. You can't do it. So I was there, and I couldn't do it. But I had a switch in my mind, and my mind said, no, I'm going to do it, and that's a period. I'm going to freaking do it. I'm going to figure this out, and that's a period. I'm going to do it. So getting to that point of mentally where, the confidence is so high. I know it's going to happen. I just don't know how. And I'm focusing on the how. But now let's talk a little about strategy. I had to completely reprogram the body, okay? Because I was used to burning calories for fuel. And I was, you know, in order to do that, I had to get into the intermittent fasting strategy. So pushing the breakfast out as far as I could. So what really started to work is getting that breakfast pushed out like 18 hours, 19 hours, and even 20 hours. Now, always training fasted and always walking fasted. You know, I bet, you know, I don't know, maybe you're not training fasted, maybe you're not walking fasted, maybe you're cheating, having an apple, having some sugar, having a sugar drink. You know, that's completely setting you back right there. So having the discipline of completely going to 18 to 19 to 20 hours and staying fasted that entire time, training, walking, going through your day, you know, having all the energy that you can to do your daily task and being completely fasted. That's major, major key. Human growth hormone starts to kick in about like 19, 20 hours, 21 hours, and I start to feel incredibly charged. That's the strategy. Now, second, I had to change from going and eating at a major deficit to then starting to eat at maintenance. So start eating at maintenance for a week. You eat 1,950 calories. Give yourself a break. Your body could think it's starving and holding on to body fat, like thinking it's starving and it doesn't want to change its set points. You got to trick it. Eat at maintenance for a week. See what happens. See if your measurements change. Make sure you measure your waist. You know, measure your waist with a little tape measure. See where you're at, because that's going to kind of tell you. I mean, the scale too is good, but measure your waist with the tape measure. See where you're at. You know, your abdomen. See if it's changing, you know, week to week. It's going to really tell you. So if you eat at maintenance and maybe your abdomen changes, hey, that's a freaking great sign. I highly recommend that. Eating at maintenance. Okay. And then once you start to kind of, you know, eat at maintenance again, you know, get comfortable with like eating at that, then, I mean, you could try a deficit, but don't do a deficit every day. You know, try like more of a lean bulking strategy where you're maybe eating at maintenance one day and then dropping down in a deficit of, let's say, 400 calories, 500 calories. 500 calories is kind of a large deficit that you're eating at every day. So, I mean, if you do that deficit, maybe like try it every other day once you kind of eat at maintenance, but definitely not every day. You know, try it every other day, the calorie deficit, okay? I think the main thing, though, is getting your body used to burning body fat for fuel. Training your body, getting away from burning calories. You know, forget burning calories. You want to burn body fat. See, what's happened with my body, the reason I'm able to stay so lean right now and shredded is because I don't have calories in my system, and then I shock it with 100 grams of protein. You know, I shock it with these things. I shock it with some high quality carbs, some vegetables, some fruits. Boom, I shock it. It's like, so it soaks up all that nutrition. And I've learned that the body is incredibly intelligent. It actually knows how to absorb that nutrition, even though it hasn't had any food at all day long. It doesn't matter. It's trained. It's smart. It's gonna look for nutrients in the food. So it doesn't matter if I'm eating 2,000 calories in a meal. It doesn't matter. It's intelligent. It's gonna find that protein out. It's gonna start sucking it and absorbing it right away, so it can get the most out of it. It's gonna seek that protein. It's gonna seek the good carbs. It's gonna seek the fruit and the vegetables and the good fats. You know, the nuts, the almonds, even peanut butter. You know, good peanut butters, like those are really good. Like eating those types of avocados, getting those good fats as well. The body's going to see that, and it's going to digest them, and I'm going to feel full as heck afterwards. 2,000 calories later, I'm like, oh man, I'm good. I might have a snack, a little fruit, banana, maybe some honey. You know, maybe like a rice cake with some honey or something. Like that's good, a little snack, and I'm good. You know, so definitely make sure you're staying completely fasted. If anything, all right, if anything, you're training fasted, your body's not ready for it, whey protein concentrate in water 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. Whey protein concentrate and water. That's raw amino acids. Leucine is like what your muscles really need. They need the leucine. It's in the raw amino acids inside of the whey, and whey's the best form. Get some whey protein concentrate, say 20 grams before training, say 20 grams after, or even just before. Okay, but just hit it with that, and that's going to be the ideal food for what your body actually wants while it's fasting, because the muscles are seeking that to help the recovery process when you're training and shocking with strength training. So, all right, push the fast out, man. I hope this video helped you. If it did, hit the like button, kind of see where I'm at. Definitely leave a comment with any questions. I appreciate the questions like that in the Kinobody forum, and Kinobody freaking changed my life, man. It really did, man. So I got love for them, and I just want to give something back to the community for all the fruit and raiment and abundance and joy and the amazing bliss that I have of experience of walking around out by the freaking rec center, being the most shredded freaking dude out there, man. All these lifeguards and people, like young people, dude, I knock them out of the park. They can't even come close to me. I'm freaking shredded, ripped, and aesthetic as heck, and they can't even touch me. And I'm like, and it's like, I mean, I'm not being cocky. It just is. I'm just being truthful. You know, so I want to thank Kinobody for that. All right, done.